Hello, everyone. My name is Eric Adorno, and today we'll be discussing the effects the pandemic has had on students as a whole. As we all know, the virus has taken away 1 million lives, and the numbers are rising still. It not only has taken away lives, but it's affected them as well, especially the lives of students. First, let's discuss college students. Even before the start of the pandemic, college students have been struggling. In an interview by PBS, Sarah Goldrick Rab, a professor at Temple University in Philadelphia, discusses a survey involving over 330,000 students in 400 colleges and universities across the U.S. She said that the report documented that 43% of the 330,000 students were struggling with a variety of things. Out of the 43%, 33% had experienced food insecurity, 48% had experienced house insecurity, and 60% even experienced homelessness. And this was the year prior. Keep keep in mind that this is before the pandemic. Now, because of the pandemic, college students are experiencing higher levels of stress and anxiety due to factors like social isolation, academic performance, fear of the virus, increased workload, and much more. The National Center for Biotech the National Center for Biotechnology Information recently surveyed 195 students from a large public university in the U.S., asking them questions about their well-being and mental health. Here are some of the results, and as you can imagine, they're not good. 177 students, 91%, experienced increased stress because they feared they may lose their lives, and they also had some of them had fear that they feared for the lives of their families and friends as well. 106 students, 54%, had an increased workload, which contributes to stress. Many of them believe the online format played a role in this. 167 students, 86%, felt socially isolated because of the lack of interactions with family, friends, and others. And of course, that contributes to stress. 86 students, 44%, had depressive thoughts. Contributors include loneliness, insecurity, hopelessness, academic performance, and more. And 16 students, 8%, had suicidal thoughts because of the depressive thoughts they had due to the pandemic. These are only these are only the effects to college students. Now imagine younger students in elementary school, in middle school, and high school. How imagine what how it's affecting them. The pandemic is affecting their social and cognitive development and more. Okay, so let's discuss how it's affecting them, their social abilities. Most children acquire their social skills from schools, and because most schools are closed down, they are unable to learn these skills. And these skills, as you may imagine, are vital to everyone in society. You need to be able to communicate with everyone. It would be you would be put at a major disadvantage if you didn't know how to interact with people. These children are not going to know how to interact with people in the future, and that is not good for their futures. It is not. Next, let's discuss their cognitive abilities, how it affects their cognitive abilities. Studies have shown that when young students are absent from an educational environment for a long period of time, it could affect their IQs as adults. Basically, there could be lifelong effects on their cognitive abilities, which can be damaging to their futures as well. Now, let's imagine students stuck at home with abusive parents, with that are mentally unstable or are suffering from substance abuse. Imagine what it's doing to those kids emotionally and mentally. And let's discuss the many students that have mentioned feeling very well. I apologize. Let me rephrase. Many students have mentioned feeling very stressed and overwhelmed because of an increased workload, and again, most of them believe because of the online format and academic performance and much more. They shouldn't need to endure such high levels of stress when they're not yet equipped to. This can affect them emotionally and mentally. This isn't healthy for them, and it can greatly affect their futures. But enough about the students that are staying at home. Let's discuss the students that are actually going out to school in person. There are many colleges and universities and schools across this country that are allowing students to go to school, believing that mask, hand sanitizer, social distancing grants immunity to this deadly virus that has wiped 1 million people off the face of the planet. Imagine that. The point is, students are in dire need of help, not just in the US, but everywhere. And with your awareness, something can be done. Students shouldn't need to stress this much. Students shouldn't need to risk their lives for education. What students need is help. Their futures depend on it. Thank you, everyone, for listening, and have a great day.